It's time for a game about some frogs. What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Hayward here from Big Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC, welcoming you to another episode of Good Times with Retro Rich. To what? And Fun for Five. I don't know. I can't even talk today. Welcoming you to yet another episode became blue. Sign TV Tuesday. That's what I got for you. Welcome in to yet another day. We're playing some games. I got my Asher Smash shirt because, again, it just, I don't know. Maybe I'll just put it on every TV Tuesday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I got it on. And we're going to play some Frogbug. That's it. I think this one's going to be a pretty short one, to be honest. There's not a lot to say about Frogbug, but I want to do an ITV Tuesday on every single game on the Intellivision cart. On the Evercade VS, courtesy of that, the Intellivision Collection 1, courtesy of the Evercade VS, was what I meant to say. I want to do them all. So Frogbug's another one, and we're going to do it. So, without any, that's it. It's frogs. They're going to jump, they're going to catch flies, and I'm going to tell you a story. Let's go. You're a frog. Satisfy your froggy hunger by eating as many flies as you can in 3 minutes. Try all the different play modes for the ultimate amphibian challenge. I think we're just going to play a couple of games of the regular mode, to be honest. But it's Frogbug. They're the controls. Open keypad, R1, L1, so you can change the different methods of play. And then you jump and you put out your tongue. And that's it. You catch some frogs. Oops. There we go. That's what I want to do. So, Frogbug itself. I don't know why. Can I put out my tongue? There we go. There we go. Yeah, we're catching all sorts of bugs. So each one of the different bugs has like a different, I think, score that you can get. Like certain bugs are worth more. I want to say on the Atari version, I don't know if that's the case. I think the smaller bugs, I think the scores are actually different between the versions. So this does have another version, just like Astro Blast, Astro Smash. Bump and Jump is actually just called Bump and Jump, but it was still on one of those M Network cartridges on the Atari 2600. This game was called Frogs and Flies. And the story time for this game was, I used to play this game sitting down at my aunt and uncle's house. They had an Atari 2600, a copy of this game. And for whatever reason, every once in a while, I would be done with playing, that bajillionth round of Berserk, or playing that quick game of Atari Pac-Man, or convincing one of my cousins to come down for another round of Air Sea Battle, or some combat, like one of those things. Playing some Chopper Command, some Pitfall, Keystone Capers, the drill. That's how we go on the Atari 2600. But this one, every once in a while, even if there was no one to play with, I would just sit down and play. Again, it's one of those games that's kind of like video pinball for me. It's the chill game. You just sit around, and there isn't a whole lot to do, right? But there is a little bit of strategy in here. You got to make sure you're angling your jump right. You got to make sure that you're strategically going after the flies that may get you the most points. And you're trying to beat the CPU character. And all the while, things are happening. You've got cool little sound effects in the background. You've got the little cricket sounds, and you've got the day to night cycle, which I thought was really cool. And something you don't see a lot in a lot of games. Now, games that I recognize the day-night cycle in Enduro in the Atari 2600. Had a day-night cycle. Wow, that's pretty cool. They actually in this version they actually have fireflies. That's neat. That's really neat. Oh, now the stars are out because it's a little later in the night. See, this version above and beyond the that was it. That was the game. This version above and beyond the Atari 2600 version has obviously a little bit more. I wonder if do I have to just hit restart? Whoops. Yeah, I think maybe I just have to reset. Intellivision halted. Can I think I'm just gonna have to quit and go back in. Whoops. I don't know about that. That was weird. It was weird to see. So we're just gonna play another round. But obviously the differences between the Atari 2600 version and the Intellivision version here are it's pretty stark, right? Way more color here, way more vibrancy in the pixels. The frogs, instead of just like random pixel looking things, actually look like frogs in this one. In Frog Bog, they're okay. Or in Frogs and Flies, they're okay. But oh man, the computer's got the edge today. This is like, I'm not going to have you beat me this time. It's like, yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Oh man, they're getting all sorts of crazy nonsense on me. The red frog is proving that he is the hungrier frog indeed. He is not going to mess around today. Oh, the jump game is off. But I mean, again, it's just that game. It's just the chill. I'm just hanging out, doing my thing, just eating the frogs. And sometimes it's cool. Like, this is one of those games that's great2-player, especially when you just want to just hang out and hang around, because this is one of those games where you can just this is the elbow your friend game, right? You're sitting next to each other, you're not doing much, you're just hanging out, maybe before dinner or something like that. You go through a round of this, and before you know it, like, pillows are getting thrown. You're just like, come on, that was my fly, like that kind of thing. It's just, it's another fun adventure, another fun family thing happening on. It's just cool. It's just, I like it. This is really tight. This is close. Ah, there you go. Take that, froggy. Red frog. Oh, I should have had that one. Got that one, though. Yeah, I got that one, too. See? You were quicker in the morning, frog. But at night, the gray frog is the hungriest one. Oh, I should have gotten that one. Oh, he got that one. But, like I said, it's just one of those. This is one of those games. It's just so chill. Oh. Oh, I guess you get bonus points for catching them while they're in there. That's it. 170, 120. Red frog went down again. That's right. Yeah, it's one of those. I don't know. It's just one of those games. You just sit down, you chill, you get some scores, then you put down the controller and you go to the next thing. Speaking of putting down the controller, it's time for the wrap up. So let's do that. All right, guys, that was Frog Bug. And again, there's not a lot to say, but like I said, the graphics are neat. The sounds are cool. It kind of puts you in that mood. This is far superior as far as the versions go between Frogs and Flies and Frogbog. I would definitely go Frogbog over Frogs and Flies for sure. But my nostalgia. I mean, there's no real differences. That's another thing from last week when we were talking about Princess Quest. I was talking about speed between the Intellivision version and an Atari version on certain games. It felt faster on the Atari 2600 version than it does on the Intellivision version. I don't get the difference here. I think that everything was pretty nice and set. The differences between the speeds in Frogs and Flies and Frogbog. Now, I haven't played Frogs and Flies in years, but this thing right here, just putting out shout out to Chris Cool, makes this cool little 3D printed cartridge fixer things for if you have a Retron or a 2600 and some cartridges like the M series cartridges or the Activision cartridges that just don't quite fit inside of the slot in the Retron or even in your 2600. You can slot the cartridge, grab cartridges. Let me just grab. I mean, this one obviously will fit into one, but you just kind of line them up like that. Boom. And then you put this whole thing, boom, right in your Retron, and then it'll actually read the cart and help you read and help it go, and help it fit better, which is awesome. So shout out to that guy, Chris Cool. I don't think I have a link to him, but he's on Atari Age. So if you're an Atari 2600 fan and you're like, man, where's that thing where I can, it's always annoying. I try to play Activision games and they always pop out of my Retron. I have a 77. That's exactly what happens. And the M cartridge, they basically just don't even fit. So how does it work? That's how. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get myself some of those M cartridges. We'll play those on a random Atari game thing later on. So, but what do you guys think? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I completely forgot? Did I find the fun? Did I? What do you think? Did I find the fun here? Of course I did. It's so simple, yet it is fun, and I don't care. It could be just your frogs and you bounce up and down, and that's what happens in the game. Who cares? It's good. It's all good. My Evercade's freaking out because I think I hit the HDMI cable on the way down. So I gotta shut that thing off real quick. It's starting to blink at me. But it's cool. Is it another worthy addition to the Intellivision Collection 1? I do believe so. I do believe yes is the answer to that question. So yet another game that's really cool on the collection, and yes, you can find some fun. I mean, I think it's gonna be better with two players, to be honest. So if you got a VS and you want to sit down and you want to play some Frogbog with a friend, of course, sit down there and do that. I mean, alone, yeah, okay, and the occasional score run or whatever. I mean, it's cool. It's good. It'd be fun. But like I said, definitely keep it locked in for the two-player action. Indeed, in Frogbog, I definitely say it's a good time, and the fun was found. All right, cool. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. Just say, hey, that was cool, or dude, what are you doing playing this Frogbog thing? What is this nonsense? I don't know, whatever you guys want to say. Just let me know down below. We appreciate coming on and hanging out with us. Of course, every time I do one of these, I'm always appreciative of you guys hanging out with us. And don't forget to this one or the previous week might have been the community prompt. Don't worry, it didn't go anywhere. I'm just gonna put it on pause for a couple weeks where I start to get things together. I want to get the schedule out before I add and then do the community prompts again. So we're gonna put them on pause for a little bit. If I didn't say that last week, then sorry. Just don't forget. I'll put a community post out and say, hey, look, yes, I know every 10 we're supposed to be doing a community prompt, but I'm going to go put it on pause for a little bit, and then we're gonna be back in a big way. Because if you guys see the numbers of the episodes, we're starting to climb pretty quick to a pretty big magic number, and I think that's when the community props going to come back. So it's on pause a little bit. We'll be back. Anyway, thanks again for hanging out with me. We will catch you next time. Until next time, we'll catch you next time for some good times. I'm Rich. We will see you later. All right, take it easy, guys.
rtfc.baconicecream.com